Alright, we're at the property. Just gonna do a quick walkthrough. You can see the driveway has a decent amount of cracks to it. Some stonework failing. Looks like the retaining wall might be cracking right there. That's probably just sediment. So the rails are supposed to be 36 inches wide. I think this is 28. It might be wider. I'll have that in the report, but it is too narrow, and you do need a graspable handrail. And I do recommend grip strips as well. They're not required, but I do recommend them. That way you don't slip and fall down the steps. Your steer stringers not properly attached. You get some cracks on your, what I would call a patio. You can see some water from the rain has come down and gone across that. We do have some cracking going on right there. And this door actually doesn't lock. So I put that in front of it to try and hold it from the wind, because you can push it open. That's a gas tank. They replaced it. You can see where the old one was. You can see where the old line was. Then you can see where the old pipe was. Another foundation crack. The walls are finished on the inside, so I can't tell how bad they are, if they go through, or if it's just the stone that's cracking. I believe these are 96s. I will have the age in the report. A little bit of water damage. You can actually see it's coming on down right there and getting there. You can see it's all worn out. Nice and screen. On this side, I think it's 27 inches. On this side, it's 32 inches. So if it's 30 inches or more, you're supposed to have a railing. So I do recommend that, just for the drops, and if you have small children, it'll just keep them from falling over. And you can see they used to have I guess a doggy door. So the septic, your drain line comes out right there, and this seems to be where your septic is. I used my prober, and it all seems like it's right there. There are two piers. Also, yeah, you need a handrail right there, and graspable handrail right there. So there are two piers underneath this. They look to be underneath that corner and that corner, and they are just block laying on top of each other, and they're leaning. The floor actually slopes down, so that may have been preventative. Taking my shoes off, I'm gonna walk around on the carpet. So this island actually moves a little bit. Discovered that when I just put my bag on it. That's not producing water. I had to plug it in. I've unplugged it because that's how it was when I got here, but I did plug it in does turn on. So I don't know about ice because there was none in there, and the water, that's all it produced. That started up just fine. You do have some broken outlets. Dryer never started, and I couldn't see back there to see if it was plugged in or not. But that started up just fine, so I don't know why that wouldn't be plugged in. Missing cover. So I do believe that this shower is leaking into the basement, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Windows works just fine. So they have this medicine cabinet that's covering up the access panel for plumbing. Hot tub is empty, so couldn't tell you if that's operating or not, but this deck is not designed or set up to support this weight. Currently it's just 16 on center. They should be 12 inches spaced or doubled up, which neither of those are the case underneath. We're missing joist hangers over there. You can see we've got a dip right there. This is pushing up on it. Half the rooms have gaps like that down here. So this was actually an addition, if you want to call it that, where they built out around it. You can see the old stone wall behind it. So you get that blowing in here, which is not allowed in this kind of a room because you have gas from your lawnmowers, your tools, your equipment, all that stuff, and you can get into your ductwork. So that's not allowed in this type of setting of a room. Supposed to be a GFCI. Supposed to be GFCI. I believe all the ones on the walls trip and get reset at that GFCI. Missing a cover. That's the door I was telling you about that won't lock shut. I could not get that fireplace started. The crack I showed you is somewhere in this area, I believe. This dishwasher runs a little rough. A little bit of damage. That's your hot water heater. Missing a filter. This toilet takes forever to fill up. but it does flush just fine. So it looks like at some point there was a leak up there, but that isn't producing any water. And right there came from that right there, and it's been patched before. It's hard to see with that. There we go. So here's underneath the hot tub. They're supposed to be doubled up. And they're missing joist hangers too. They were supposed to be doubled up or every 12 inches. And it looks like there was a leak at some point. I have all this stuff in the report. I'm sure there's gonna be things I forget as I'm walking, but. And it looks like it's pulling away a little bit from the structure. You can't see that right there. Right there. Oh yeah, that door knob comes off. I'll have to come and shut it when the phone's not in my hand. Space too wide. I think these are 5 inches. So that's over the width of code. Poor patching. Leak there at one point. The flashing was installed improperly on the roof. They've done caulked around it, which seems to have fixed it currently, so I would just watch that area. Don't think there's anything on that porch except for big hornet. So this is a step up. I think it's to accommodate for the plumbing, for the drain of that, and that, and that. So I believe this was just an afterthought. I can't figure out why else it would be raised. That door rubs. And that door rubs. Little things I've forgotten to tell you that will be in the report, but that's the walkthrough.